and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kiwifruit_NEO with the whoa. It's your girl Kiwifruit_Neo, and I'm back with a sit down video. I just got home like early from work today, and I was like, you know what, I better film this video today because I'm busy this next couple of weeks. But how amazing is the lighting here in my new house, guys? So yeah, guys, let me just have a sip. As you guys can see, okay, I'm gonna put my drink here. Hey guys, as you guys can see from the title of this video, we are going to be teaching English online. And I know a lot of people have like been sharing about it on Twitter, on TikTok, like literally, guys, the information is all over the socials, right? So I made a few notes on like what I'm gonna get into, and also just share a bit of like and then I'm also going to share a bit of like my experience on how I have experienced like teaching English online when I started and the likes. But to start off, I'm going to start from the top. What do you need to get started? What do you need to do? How do you prepare? Because I'm using natural light, and you see now there's a cloud over the sun. Oh my god. Okay, yes. So how do we get started? What do you need? Number one, guys, the most basic thing, obviously, to teach English online, you need to have a laptop. Besides having a laptop, your laptop needs to have a webcam, and I advise having an external webcam. So like, you know, the one that you plug in a USB onto your laptop. I advise that one because the image quality is just better than what you actually just get with your laptop. So you need a webcam, you need your laptop, and then you need a headphone. Okay, today it's far. You need those headphones that have a little microphone, right? And also get one that has like a USB, okay? A USB plug-in headphone, because I don't know, apparently the sound is better. That's what I was told in one of the interviews I had, that I should rather use the headset with the USB input, I don't know what to call it, but the one that plugs in a USB onto your laptop. That one, that is the one they want. Apparently the sound is better. And then now when you've got like all of your hardware ready, obviously now you're gonna need your software, being your brains. You need a degree, you need a TOEFL certificate. That's like the two minimum things that most companies want. Others say yes, they will take you without a degree, but I think preference is given to people with degrees because I'm guessing higher level of learning, and also you can't want to teach people when you are not learning, you know. I think 2 + 2 is 4. So yeah, so you need to have a degree, any degree, like there's not specific, because from the interviews that I've had, they will ask you what are your interests, what are you interested in, obviously what you studied, and then they try to kind of like align the students to, for me, example, I did a BCom, right, undergrad, and I'm doing my postgrad now in tax. So mostly my students are people who are working in finance, people who are in commerce, basically. But recently, I don't know, at my new company, I have had more of like engineers, like more science people, you know, IT people, software developers, the kind of thing. I haven't had a lot of like commerce people. I think I've only met one student that's actually like in commerce. So I don't know. So they will basically allocate you students like close to like your interests and what you did. Cool, I spoke about degree and okay, sharp. Yes, so you'll need also a TOEFL certificate. Guys, getting a TOEFL certificate is so makkelijk, and they have them on sales on Hyperly all the time. Day deals also, they have them. You can also Google Teacher Record. You can do a TOEFL certificate on Teacher Record as well. Okay, I don't know the others. Those are the only 3 that I've seen, because I did mine on Teacher Record and it works. It works. I feel like I'm rambling. Oh my god. Let me calm down and actually talk. So, which companies to apply to? I saw this comment a lot on my TikTok video that I made the other day. And honestly, I think that we all want different things out of this teaching thing. For you, it can be your full-time job or it's your side hustle, you know. So basically, if it's your full-time job and it's being someone else's side hustle, we want 2 different things. I can't say to you, oh, these are the places that you should apply to, because I don't know what it is that you want. I don't know how you want your teaching experience to go, and I'll get to that just now. So there are a whole lot of different companies, guys, and different companies do things differently. And you also need to kind of like do your research a little bit about that company. Like maybe go try and find YouTube videos. Like if someone is like, I was teaching at Native Child, I was teaching with italki, like search on YouTube, and then like you'll see a YouTuber be like, okay, teaching at italki for so long, and they will talk about their journey and how it's been with that particular company. All right, so I can't say specifically which companies to go for, but I'm just under this companies thing, I'm gonna speak on like different things that kind of stood out for me since I've been doing this. I've been doing this for like a year and a half now, I think. Yes, it's been a year now. Obviously, every company has its own rate, basic rate, and then some do a thing of like you start at like a smaller rate and then your rate increases the more like the students give you ratings, how the students rate you after your class. So basically on how you conduct your class, your hourly rate will increase from there. So you have like a base rate. Other companies pay in the sense that like a student will have to give you a rating, let's say out of 5, for example. And if it's your ratings at the end of the month combined of all the students that you taught, it's like maybe at like 4.8. Then they'll have like, okay, in this bracket of having between 4.5 and 4.8, you get a particular amount, let's say 100 Rand, you know? I'm just making examples, guys. I'm not saying they give 100 Rand. So they will have like different thresholds as to where you are being ranked by the students. And then that's what will determine your hourly rate at the end of the month. So they'll take all the hours you worked, and then if you're at the top and you have like that 100, for the 100 Rand, you're on 4.5 ratings. Then at the end of the month, let's say you did 40 hours, you're getting 4K. That's it. And also another thing that I also picked up now recently is that with the companies that are in SA, guys, they do the taxes for you, you know? So by the time you get your money is already excluding tax, right? But with other companies that are not within the country, you need to do your own taxes, especially if you are above the certain tax threshold. If you're making like serious racks, like if you're teaching full-time basically for a company that's not based in SA, you will need to register for tax and do your own taxes, because surely by the end of the month you're clocking like 20 something thousand, and ma'am, SARS wants, not even SARS, number one, the bank wants to know why are there foreign monies coming into your account every month. So you need to do your own taxes. I don't want to say it's the downside of like teaching for a company that's not based in SA. I think it's actually good. Like if you actually do your taxes properly, you will see that it's not that hectic, because the companies that are usually like not based in SA, they pay you in foreign currency. Obviously, they like paying you in dollars, euros, pounds, whatever. Like they will be paying you in that currency. It's not gonna be rands. But the ones in SA, they do the taxes for you, you get paid in rands. There's nothing hectic there. Cool. Oh, and also another thing that I think one needs to look out for a company, if you're looking for like a specific company, it's very important to know if they're preparing the material for you. Like the platform already has the material, like you just need to go and open and look at it, or you need to bring your own material. I prefer having material like already ready for me, because I'm already working a 9 to 5. I don't have time to prepare material. I want to look at that material when I'm preparing for my classes the week before. I want to browse through everything so that I don't get a tarada when I open. And also it makes just preparing for the lessons overall easier if the material is already provided for you. Oh, still on the topic of like how the classes get conducted, another thing that I'd say look out for when you apply into like companies, because this is something that stood out for me. I realized that because I'm doing this after work, I don't want it to feel like I'm working like a lot. I don't want it to feel like I'm doing too much work. And also if I'm going to, guys, also another thing is that if you're going to be doing a lot of work, guys, the money must make sense. Like the money must talk. As much as the work is a lot, the money must talk. Because I've come to realize that actually there are some companies where the money meets the work. The money needs to meet the work. You can't be doing like 10 times work and you're only getting like half of it, 50% of it. No, guys. Like things like that you also need to look out for is that like after the classes, you need to like sort of like mark the students' work. Like, do you need to grade them? Do you need to write a little report to say, hey, this is how the student did in this class? And also, how is that report? Because some companies do group classes, others do the one-on-one, or you can find that you have a mix of both group classes and one-on-ones. If you have a group class and you say it's about 5 to like 6 students in that group, right? And you need to make a report for each of those students, those 6 students. So you need to make 6 reports after that class. Like, do you see, that is a lot of work. Like, that is a lot of work, because if all these 6 students were in one lesson, why am I not sending them one general report? Why trying to send the individual one by one, you know? So for me, things like that kind of ick me, that like, I mustn't write 6 reports. I want to write one report and send to those 6 students, because they were in the same lesson. More or less, they knew what we're talking about. They know exactly what was going on. So like, we tailor the report to fit everyone. So that's what I'm saying, like, other times you might have to do 6 of those things, and I'm not about that life, because I can't have, let's say maybe I have 3 back-to-back lessons, and then 2 of them are groups, and then let's say there's 6 students in each group. That's 12. Plus this one lesson where I have a one-on-one, I must do 13 reports. Oh, hell no, sorry. Can't be me. But I'm just saying, this is just my advice, that rather let those reports, like those after-session reports, like, can it just be one, you know, because you don't want to have too much work. And also, like, anything additional that you might need to do besides just the teaching, guys, because there's also another thing you need to look out for, is that some companies offer more than one service, you know. They offer more than just those English teaching services. Maybe they have writings where the students get to like practice to do their writings in English. Like, you also need to check that like you don't have to like mark those things, because they need the teachers who are teaching English to be the ones marking those students' writings in English. So you need to look out for things like that. Like, if you're up for doing it, yeah, sure, like, go ahead, do it. But if you know that you don't have time to be going to do the writing, correcting people's writings and reading through their essays, you might want to like revisit that particular one. Oh, another important one, guys, that I say look out for when you're applying for like companies is that, do you need to like, how do I explain, like build sort of like your own student base, in the sense that you need to like attract your own students. So students need to kind of find you, book you, so that you can get more students, you know, those ones where you need to have like a lower rate, and then over time you obviously start increasing the more students you get. I know Preply works like that. Like, I started with Preply when I started, and Preply works like that, where you need to start at like a lower rate so that students can kind of like book you, and then can increase your price over time as time goes. Cool. And I found that the companies where your hours are guaranteed, like your hours are guaranteed in the sense that they allocate you classes, and them allocating you those classes, students will definitely be there and they will show up. I find that those ones work better for me, because like, having to find your own students is so daunting, guys. It's so daunting. And it's like, obviously you're doing this because you're like, you know what, I'm trying to, you have like a little target for yourself that, hey, I'm trying to push at least like 40 hours in a month so that I can make a particular X amount of money, you know. You want to be able to achieve that, and you can achieve that better if you work for a company where the hours are guaranteed, where you know that, okay, Monday to Friday I'm working like 4 hours after work, or 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. You know, when you know that, like guaranteed that that's what's going to happen, then you can sort of like be easy and focus more on like delivering your lessons and making sure that your lessons are on point and your students are happy. But where you have to find your own students, it's going to be a bit of a mission for like the first 3 to 4 months. Okay. And then point number 3 that I have here is, where do you find these companies that I'm talking about? Guys, honestly, like I said, information is on the internet. The current company that I'm working for, I found it on TikTok. No, I'm lying. The one I found on TikTok was the one I was working for before the one I'm at right now. I found it on TikTok because this lady, all she ever posts about is talking about teaching English online. And the one day I came across her video on my For You page again, and she was like, okay guys, oh, and also here's another important tip that this lady mentioned. She was like, a good time to apply for if you want to teach English online is that period between December I don't even want to say January. Let's say October, November, December, and Jan. Slightly Jan. The reason why I don't want to say January is because I think in January that's when most companies are doing interviews. Like they're interviewing those people who have been applying for those last 2-3 months of the year. Because that's how I saw the whole of last year. I was trying to like apply, but nothing was coming up. Sometime in December, I sat down with a list. Guys, I sat down with a list. I gathered as many teaching like names that I could find on Twitter from people who shared on Twitter, what I saw on TikTok. I bookmarked those videos. I went back to those videos and I wrote everything down. And there was a day where I made introduction video, I wrote cover letters, I prepared my CV, so that each and every one of those links that I'm about to open to try and apply for these things, I have the things ready. Another thing that you need is an introduction video. Guys, you're not going to get a teaching English online job if you don't do a decent introduction video, because those people don't know you, they're not going to see you. All they can see, that video is what's going to sell them to call you back. Cool. But we're talking about the video now. So I went to find the companies. Like I said, I made a list from what I saw on Twitter, what I saw on TikTok. Literally, if you go on Twitter, you search the teaching English online, all the tweets of people who have tweet about it will come up. You make yourself a list. You said you apply. Like you just dedicate one day where you've already made a video, your CV is ready, cover letter just in case, because some do ask for a cover letter. You apply like there's no tomorrow. And like I said, the best time to apply, guys, is towards the end of the year for beginning of the next year, because that's how it worked out for me. Teaching, I started, okay, I think I'm gonna insert that video that I made about why I started teaching English online video. Hey guys, and welcome to this video. I want to show you guys what I'm doing, but I'm making myself a fruit salad. But I just figured I should start this video here because I kind of do not know how to go about it, but it's gonna be a sit-down video, but we're just starting it here so that I can like warm myself up for it, right? Okay, so I think more than anything, before I even get into the crux of like why I'm making this video, I just made a video about it on my TikTok, and I was like, okay, I'll get into like more detail on like a proper like YouTube video, which is like a bit more longer. Cool. I think it only makes sense for me to start by why I started doing it. Why am I saying it like it's wrong? Okay, I started teaching English online because in my final year, a friend of mine and I were talking about how like, oh shit, dude, it's my final year and I still don't have a job. I know maybe I was being too forward because I was not even done with my degree yet, but I was like, I'm in third year, like, you know, like there needs to be something needs to happen. So obviously in my final year, that's when I decided that, you know what, I'm going to start job hunting, or actually just looking for opportunities that are going to put me in a place to be able to make some money. Because I had decided for myself that next year I don't want to be asking my parents for money, even if my parents are just paying for my accommodation while I do my postgrad, but I don't want to be asking my parents for money. So I needed to do something that was going to give me a bit of money. And a friend of mine was like, hey, I'm actually doing this thing, hop onto it, and here is how you can go about doing it. And she told me about teaching English online, and I applied to all the companies that she said I should apply to. And obviously at the time I don't even have a degree yet. I'm still getting my degree next year, bear that in mind. Cool, I applied, everything goes well, I get invited for an interview. After the interview, the second round of interviews and all the shit, and everything goes well with the very first company that I had applied to. Luckily for me, I got in by the first one. Okay, sure, I got into it, and the money was good, guys. Like, if you work hard, the money will always be good, because one thing about teaching is that your money is based on the number of hours you are willing to put in. So I only started like properly teaching after my exams, so in December. So December holidays, I was like, you know what, fuck Monate, fuck the beauty, I'm gonna get on this grind and just see how it goes, you know. And I started teaching, and that first month of me teaching, I made about more than 10K. And that was my first like serious money where I was like, oh my god, I actually worked and I made serious money. It was more than 10K, guys. I don't even want to lie to you. And it felt really good to like work and like make your own money. But bear in mind, I was working during the holidays. I think, yes, that company, they do pay you like a little bit extra if you're working during like holiday times here in SA. Sharp. So now I'm done making my fruit salad. I've told you guys why I got into this thing. And then I kind of took a break last year. And then I came back again to it this year. Yeah. So now we're going to get into the how, the what, the njani, the how, you know, the hows and the whats and the who's. Let's get into that. I feel like it's only fair that I show you guys my fruit salad. So I'm going to use this yogurt. I put some banana, pear, and apple. The apple is quite a lot, but it's only one apple. And then I'm going to add some yogurt. I'm so hungry, and this is what I'm going to have now. I'm going to drink water. Okay, the sun is going away now, so I need to wrap up, basically. I need to wrap up. Okay. So, on my experience, I can't even remember what I was speaking about in that video. But I think I basically spoke about why I started teaching English online and what drove me to it and who like put me on it. Okay. For me, I've seen that I want to teach and be done. Because I'm teaching part-time, guys. I'm not teaching full-time. I'm teaching part-time after work or over the weekends. And for me, the minimum goal I say for myself is that I want to do 40 hours in a month. I want to do 40 hours in a month. I haven't done 40 hours yet at my new company, but in my old company, I was working only over the weekends. Nah? Only over the weekends. But obviously, to make up those hours, I'd try and like spread out my availability, maybe take like 2 or 3 days during the week where I'll maybe do like 3 hours a day or 3 or 4 hours a day, depending on how I get those classes allocated to me. Because they will say you need to open your availability to show them, okay, these are the days I'm going to be open or free for the week. And then I'll try and add maybe like 9 hours in 1 week. Nah? Or I'll spread it into 2 weeks. So that by the end of the month, I've hit my 40 hours. Right? Because, yes, so when I ran my numbers, obviously you will run your numbers for yourself. That like, okay, for me, for example, if I can say all I want from my side hustle is 5K, right? How many hours do I need to teach for me to be able to make 5K? I'll have to check, okay, these are my hourly rates. This is how much they're giving me for an hour. So this is what I need to push for to make sure that at the end of the month, I get at least 5K. Cool. So I don't do, like right now with my new company, I don't work over the weekends because I saw that I don't think I want to teach over the weekends because I feel like then I don't have a life. Like then it feels like it's work, and I must still work. So I found that it works better for me to do it after work because when you get home after work, you're still in the groove of you've been doing something. So you might as well say 2 hours, 3 hours, be done, you know? So I just feel like it works out better for me to just do that after work. I do a young 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's it. And then I'm done. And then I just have to do my session reports and then submit my session reports. I'm done. I usually do my session reports like the next morning because most of the time it's like, I'm still trying to cook. I'm still trying to like think and just eat it. Or if you got to be I can just do those session reports. Like literally, it just takes you not even an hour, like less than an hour to do those session reports. Cool. I don't want, like I've been saying, I don't want anything that gives me like additional work. Like I don't want no extra work. I just want to teach and call it a day. That's all I want to do. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I don't still want to teach and then I must still do this and I must still do, I want to teach, write the report, be done. I can be extra and don't I do what. But I think I have just covered what I wanted to cover in this video, guys. It was just a little teaching English 101. It's very broad. I didn't go specifically into like specific things. If you guys do want me to make a video where I'm speaking about making those introduction videos that you need to make, any interview prep questions, like anything that you still want to ask me, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment box. And ask your questions. If you want me to make a video, you can put in your comment, please make a video about, or say interview or video, you know. And also if you enjoyed the video, just leave a little heart emoji or like a star emoji and just say, oh, thanks. And if you have any more questions, my links to my social media accounts are in my bio, but it's kiwifruit_neo on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, you know. So you can just drop me a DM if you have like a specific question that you want me to answer for you. If you have any questions that you want me to answer for you, I'm more than happy to, like, yeah, just drop me a DM. And yeah, I think that was about it that I put on my list, guys. It was not long. So anything else that you want to know, in the comment box, and I'll answer you, or I'll make you a video if you want me to make you a video. Other than that, guys, the sun is going down now. I wish I could show you guys the view here from where I'm sitting. It's amazing. But the sun is about to go down, and I think that's a wrap. Is it a wrap? I think that's a wrap for Teaching English 101. And yeah, it's been me, KiwiFruit_Neo. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Road to 500. I almost said 500,000. Road to 500 subscribers, guys. Oh my god, let's get to 500 subscribers, okay? And that's all. Thank you for tuning in. See you in my next video.